Welcome back to another exciting episodes of ISVs on Tap. My name is Josh Kelly, the ISV Business Development Manager here at BlueStar. And joining me today, on today's episode, I should say, is Javier from Kutir. It's a pleasure having you. Can you tell me a little bit about you? Let's go into a little background with your experience in Kutir.
Certainly. Thanks for having me. So I joined Kutir about 13 years ago. The company itself has been in business for probably close to 20 years. We started with web development. Shortly afterwards, it was mobile development, before mobile was even a thing in the enterprise. And then right now we're doing some custom software, but we're also doing off-the-shelf products, including Asset 360, which I'd like to talk to you about today.
Perfect. Well, that's great. That's a great segue, actually. Nice job, Javier. We have a couple different products here that you're able to discuss. The focus today is Asset 360 mobility. So let's dive right into this. Tell me a little bit about this and what it does.
So Asset 360 is built for keeping control of the assets of a company or organization. The idea came about because a company came to us saying, I'm buying devices and I have to keep buying devices every year because they're getting lost. My employees are losing them. I don't know what's happening to them. I need to get this under control. So they came to us with that need. We started building Asset 360, and then it evolved into an off-the-shelf product that can now be deployed into multiple organizations.
Okay, so high value assets. What are we referring to here in this case?
So it can be anything from a laptop, a mobile computer, a printer. It can also be machinery in a manufacturing plant. Anything that's worth not losing or that's worth keeping an eye out on. It's something that you will want to have in Asset 360.
Right on. Okay, so laptops, high dollar items, machinery, probably custom tools, I would guess as well, and if that falls into that category. So walk me through some of the verticals that you guys are focused on right now.
Right now, we're focusing on retail manufacturing and logistics and transportation. Those are our main business focuses. We're also looking to grow our existing government contracting business. So if you have opportunities with the government, be sure to talk to us.
Oh, right on. Okay. So when you say government opportunities, are we talking about federal government, state, local education? Kind of what does that encompass?
Actually, pretty much all levels. So we have worked with all levels of the government. Same way we have worked with pretty much the whole range of Fortune 500 to Fortune 10, maybe even Fortune 3. I'm not up to date on that, but we worked with multiple sizes.
Yeah, right on. Okay, perfect. So tell me a little. And I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit because we didn't talk about this at all. So I was going to throw you a curveball, man. We can't just lay these up for you. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with BlueStar, if you can. Go into that a little bit.
Sure. So we have an excellent relationship. One of the reasons for that is Kutir Mobility, we do not sell any hardware. So there's never a conflict of interest with us. If you resell hardware and you need a software solution, come talk to us. We're going to be your partner. We're going to go hand in hand with the customer. We'll be with you on demos. We'll be with you on sales calls, and we can do a joint sell.
Oh, that's good to know. So for our reselling community, as you're listening to this, what Javier is saying is you don't need to be the expert in it. You need to uncover the opportunity. Let's do a pull through. We'll get the software folks from Kutir on board, and they'll help you with that sale. And they'll help you, I'm assuming, post-sale as well to make sure everything is smooth and operating at the utmost efficiency. Would that be a fair statement?
Absolutely fair.
Excellent. So Asset 360, we got to focus on supply chain, logistics, T&L, all that kind of stuff. Also the federal or all forms of government, state, federal, education, all that kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit more about Asset 360 before I'm asking another question that you're not going to be prepared for necessarily. Let's go into a little more detail. So how does this thing work? What do you guys do? What makes your solution a little bit different than some others maybe?
One of the things that makes it unique is we have integration with fixed and mobile RFID readers. So if you tag your assets with RFID tags, you can know real time on a floor plan where each of your assets is. That's something that's, I don't know if we are the only ones to do that, but it's certainly not that common in the marketplace. Also, we have not just the web interface. By the way, this is cloud-based by default, so there's nothing to install on your network. There's nothing for your IT department to worry about. We also have a mobile application, a mobile companion that goes with it, and that allows you to use mobile RFID readers, barcode scanning. You can create assets on the mobile directly. You can move assets around. You can manage the most critical day-to-day activities. All of them can be done on the mobile. Plus the cycle count feature, which is something that's highly sought after by our customers. That's also something that you can use the mobile device for. So you can scan all the barcodes instead of having to fill out an Excel spreadsheet.
So this is a great topic. This is a great point. I want to step back here again for just a second. So, and just anecdotally, when we go into warehouses, or when you go into warehouse, believe it or not, for the folks out there that may not know this, there are a lot of people and places that are still using manual processes. Now, the process you just articulated was with Excel, right? Scanning into an Excel document. Believe it or not, there are some places that go back even a step farther where they're manually writing down serial numbers and all that kind of stuff. So, and if you pull Asset 360 off the shelf here and you plug it into your warehousing space, how much more efficient is your operation going to become?
I call that freeing yourself from the Excel straitjacket. So that's how much efficiency you're going to get. That's the difference.
Oh man, let's not talk about crazy on here, Javier. We got it all sold out. So, all right, excellent. So, how easy is this to use for somebody who's never experienced kind of implementing something like this?
It's on the very easy to extremely easy scale. So we have included or bundled into our services is a training session. That training session for the trainer who's going to train the rest of the personnel, that typically lasts for about an hour. So in 1 hour, we're able to give an overview of the system and train somebody to use the system. And that's the person who's going to use it at the administrative level. So for the floor operator or for somebody who's going to oversee the assets of just one department, it's like a 30-minute thing. So it's like I said before, it's in the cloud, so there's nothing to install. So typically, you can be up and running in days, at most a week.
Intriguing. There are some implementations that take months and months and months, right? And you're telling me that out of the box, pull this thing out, you plug in your device, and maybe a couple days to a week for implementation.
That's right. That's right.
Right? That's pretty cool. So I touched on the relationship with BlueStar. So I've been calling on Kutir. Outside of Javier, there's a few other people that I call on from Kutir. And I will say, as a public service announcement for these guys, they're great to work with. Jerry and Camilo are both fantastic. And Javier, you have a tremendous speaking voice. I've said that multiple times.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, right. Well, I see your setup there is pretty sweet. So maybe I need to get something like that. So one of the differentiators for you guys, at least from my viewpoint here, and I know I'm probably putting words into your mouth at this point, but one of the differentiators on my end is you guys are actually skewed with BlueStar. So one of the benefits for your customers is when they buy their hardware solution from BlueStar, they can add on that software piece with Asset 360, right? So essentially, you're making that sale that much easier in the process. So you have one bill instead of, or one PO, one bill, whatever. It's just one instead of multiple from multiple places. So that's a huge benefit for you guys. Now, Asset 360. I know that's kind of the topic du jour today. What else do you guys have? Is that your only product? And if not, what else do you guys have in-house at Kutir?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we also have the sibling product, Inventory 360. We have Tech Dispatch for work order management and technician dispatching. We have an in-house framework called Monitor 360 for communicating with sensors. Plus, we still have, and it's an important part of the business, the custom development branch. So sometimes out of the box is not enough. Sometimes you have to have a custom solution. We have multiple teams devoted to that.
You mentioned a couple of different things. One of these software packages that I got to witness, and this might be part of Asset 360, I can't remember now, but one of the things that I find very cool is you guys have a trucking solution. So when a truck pulls into the yard, you guys have a camera. It can scan and read the side of the truck as a check-in. So there's, again, what you're doing is you're removing that manual process to say truck number 12345 with a shipment of iron ore just pulled into the parking lot. You guys track all that, correct?
We do. That's Inventory 360 for yards. That's a new offering from the team. It uses machine vision and artificial intelligence to recognize labels on trailers and also to recognize the movement of trailers across your yard so that you can be sure where a particular trailer has parked and again, avoid a lot of manual reconnaissance.
Perfect. Thank you, Javier. I know that wasn't the topic today, but I just wanted to get that out there for people in case they were looking for something else. And then that solution will actually work with rain and snow and some other adverse conditions as well, which I thought was kind of neat. Along with you can use existing infrastructure to implement that as well, at least that aspect of Inventory 360. So, all right, guys. Javier, thanks so much. And can you just tell everybody where you're located here today?
Certainly. I am based in Malaga, Spain.
Spain. All right. So so it's ISVs on tap, right? So the purpose of the call is Javier and I are going to share a cold cerveza, as they say in Spanish. There's Javier San Miguel. There's my San Miguel. This is what I learned. I'm just going to read the back of this bottle because I think it's pretty cool. A truly satisfying beer with a refined, well-balanced flavor, perfected and brewed following over a century-old tradition of brewing excellence. San Miguel. It's like a lager. Would you say it's a lager? Look at that. Can you see that?
Yeah, it certainly is.
So is this pretty common where you're at?
It is, yeah. It's a mainstream beer over here. So it's definitely something that you will find if you go into a bar or restaurant. It's very common to find it.
Perfect. Well, it's not as common to find it here in the States. Look at that. It's a good-looking brew, man. That's a good-looking brew. Well, Javier, cheers to you. I appreciate you jumping on here. It's been a pleasure. Guys, if you have questions, please reach out to myself or Javier. We're happy to get you guys connected. The reselling community, check out Kutir, Mobile 360.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks again.